Hi, welcome to Peace at Home Senior Care. My name is TJ Chamberlain, and within the next half hour I'll spend some time going over our caregiver policies and procedures. And at the end of this short video, you'll also be asked to take a short quiz. Starting off, I'd just like to go over some basic forms, such as your Employment Eligibility Verification Form, which is your I-9 form. We'll ask that you fill that out after the end of the orientation. We also have a W-4 form for you to fill out as well. What I'd like to talk about now is our caregiver agreement. This agreement is made on the day of your hire between Peace at Home Senior Care, referred to as company throughout, and yourself, referred to as applicant throughout. Number 1, proprietary information. Applicant recognizes that applicant may have access to company's client records, financial records, business forms, and the list of company's customers and applicants. Applicant understands that all such information is a valuable and unique asset of company's business and agrees to consider all such information to be proprietary. Applicant agrees at all times and all circumstances to keep such information confidential. Applicant understands that this commitment survives termination of applicant's relationship with the company. Number 2, solicitation. Applicant agrees that during the period of work assigned by company and for a period of 1 year after the termination of applicant's work assignments, applicant will not, on behalf of applicant or on behalf of any other applicant, firm, corporation, or entity, call on any of the clients of the company for the purpose of soliciting and or providing to any of such clients any senior citizen domestic care services. Applicant shall not in any way, directly or indirectly, for applicant or on the behalf of any other applicant, firm, corporation, or other entity, solicit, divert, or take away any client of company. Nor shall applicant directly perform any senior care domestic care services for any client of company during the aforementioned period. Failure to comply with this term will result in a minimum in a $10,000 penalty fine imposed on the applicant and possible further legal action. Number 3, position duties, procedures, and responsibilities. Applicant agrees and certifies that they have at least 1 year prior experience and training in the following: personal caregiver duties targeted at seniors, companionship and conversation, bathing, dressing, grooming, light housekeeping, Alzheimer and dementia care, meal planning and preparation, running errands, medication reminders, laundry and linen, incontinence care, and reloading a feeding tube. Applicant agrees that in the event company discovers that in some way caregiver does not have a year prior experience and training in one or more of the above personal caregiver duties, caregiver may be dismissed for providing false information. In addition, applicant agrees that they are willing to perform at a minimum all the duties outlined above and are willing to travel within the boundaries of Peace at Home Senior Care, client service areas, which is Orange County, California, to an assignment given by a company with a minimum of 4 hours of work a day. The applicant agrees that they are responsible for paying any and all commuting expenses to and from their place of work assignment. In addition, applicant agrees that they understand that the company is running a 24/7 business that requires immediate response to client care needs, and therefore applicant agrees to be called any time of day or night, any day of the week regarding getting scheduled on a job. The applicant agrees that the contact phone number provided to the company is the best way to reach them and will update the company immediately if that phone number should change. Applicant understands that providing caregiver services is part of the healthcare related field, similar to an extension of a hospital setting, but assisting with non-medical activities of daily living, and care needs to be provided to company patients on a 24/7 basis. Applicant understands and agrees that they need to have a very flexible schedule that will allow them to cover the shifts they are available. Applicant further understands and agrees to work the shifts assigned to them up to 40 hours a week by the company. Applicant also understands that they may be required to travel up to 50 miles to work a 4-hour shift. Also, applicant agrees and understands that this position is an on-call position and that there is therefore no guaranteed number of working hours each week with company clients. Applicant understands and agrees that they may only get scheduled for a minimum of 4 hours per month or may get scheduled for full-time work depending on the on-call work available with company clientele week to week. Company cannot predict the health or the person request of its clientele. so changes to applicant's schedule may happen unexpectedly and with only a few hours' notice. The applicant agrees and understands that the company is not responsible for providing consistent hours week to week with this on-call position. The applicant also understands and agrees that any form of dishonest act or criminal offense is strictly prohibited at Peace at Home and will result in termination from Peace at Home Senior Care. Accepting or taking money or possessions from a senior citizen client is strictly prohibited. Employees found accepting or taking money or possessions from any Peace at Home client will result in immediate termination. Applicants not willing to travel at least 50 miles each way from their place of residence within company work area of Orange County, California, to a work assignment that has a minimum of 4 work hours during a 24-hour period from company, or is not willing to work potentially irregular on-call as needed hours any time or day of the week, or disagrees with the performance improvement program, or disagrees with any other item stated in this contract, should not sign this agreement, as applicant will be dismissed for willful or gross misconduct if they do not comply with company policy or accept a work assignment within the guidelines stated above from the company. Number 4, truth of all information given by applicant. I hereby state that all the information that I provided on this application or any other documents filled out in connection with my employment and in any interview is true and correct. I have withheld nothing that would, if disclosed, affect this application favorably. I understand that if I am employed and any such information is later found to be false in any respect, I will be dismissed. That is what you will be providing with us, is truth in all information given to us. We'll ask you to initial these pages as well as sign it and date it, and a member of our staff will do the same. But again, I like to stress, do not sign until you have read and understood the above statements and agreement, and that you acknowledge the above statements and understand the same. Okay, moving along, now I'd like to go over Peace at Home Senior Care's caregiver agreement regarding automobile use. This agreement is made on the day of your hire between Peace at Home Senior Care, referred to hereinafter as company, and yourself, referred to hereinafter as applicant. The duties to be performed by applicant will require the use of an automobile. The following are the conditions governing automobile use by applicant. Number 1, use of and insurance coverage on applicant's automobile. Applicant shall furnish applicant's own automobile to perform the duties required under this agreement, and shall keep it maintained and repaired in good driving condition. Applicant shall maintain insurance on the automobile according to minimum amounts specified by State of California law. Applicant certifies by signing below that they currently have and will continue to maintain legal automobile coverage while employed with Peace at Home Senior Care and using their car to transport Peace at Home clients. Number 2, release from liability. In consideration of working on a company assignment, the applicant assumes all risk of accidents or casualties arising from or related in any way to automobile use by applicant pursuant to this agreement. Applicants, heirs, executors, administrators, and legal representatives forever releases, acquits, and discharges Peace at Home Senior Care from all such claims for liability of any nature or character, including property damage, applicant injury and or death, presented by any applicants claiming injury, including applicant or company's clients. In addition, applicant certifies by signing this agreement that they will not drive a Peace at Home client's vehicle without having the client sign a Peace at Home liability waiver. In witness of the above, each party to this agreement has caused it to be executed at our office here in Laguna Hills, California. And again, we will sign and date it and ask you to do the same. Next, I'd like to go over our caregiver guidelines. It would be impractical to set forth a list of all activities that are considered to be illegal or contrary to good business practices and good employee-employer relations. This is intended only as a guideline. Number 1, commitment. Peace at Home Senior Care provides needed services to a vulnerable population. Our clients depend upon our caregivers. It is extremely important that you keep your commitment once you have accepted a job. This means you will need to schedule your own personal commitments around your commitment to your client. It is not well received by our clients, plus a great deal of work for the office to send a fill-in caregiver. Applicants planning a vacation must give the office at least 30 days notice prior to the days requested. Vacation requests not received 30 days in advance may not be approved. Number 2, notifying the office. The office phone number is on the form, and you will have copies of these forms for you to take home with you. It is important that the office be notified immediately of the following. Number 1, requests from clients for a change in the type of services we provide. Number 2, significant changes in a client's condition. Number 3, schedule or shift changes. Number 4, new appointments for service that clients make directly with you. All these need to be notified to the office immediately. Number 3, sick time off. Caregivers who take sick time will not be eligible for their month's bonus compensation. In addition, caregivers who want to take a sick day must call the office at least 24 hours before their shift is to start to notify the office that they will not be able to work. Failure to call the office 24 hours before their shift starts will result in a $50 penalty deducted from their next month's bonus. This is in addition to not getting their bonus in the current month they take the sick time as per the above. 4. No call, no show. A caregiver who does not show up to work and does not call the office can be subject to immediate termination. 5. Arrive on time to scheduled shifts. Caregivers should always arrive on time to their patients, clients, residents. Caregivers who arrive more than 30 minutes late to their client on their first offense will be penalized $50 from their current month's bonus. A second offense will result in a complete loss of current month's bonus. A third offense may result in termination from Peace at Home Senior Care. If you have an emergency and will be more than 60 minutes late to your client, you must call both the client and our office supervisor. Phone number is on this form and will also be provided to you as soon as possible before your shift starts, and tell them the emergency situation and how late you will be. If you're having car trouble, we will come and pick you up. Failure to call will result in a $50 penalty deducted from the current month's bonus. Number 6, employment termination. Applicants must give 2 weeks written notice before terminating their employment with Peace at Home Senior Care. Failure to give 2 weeks notice will lead to the applicant not getting their monthly bonus for the prior month before termination. Number 7, flexibility and willingness. The successful applicant is one who can be flexible with our clients. We provide a service that cannot always be completely spelled out at the start of a job. We want our applicants to have the flexibility to go with the flow and have the willingness to meet reasonable client requests. Number 8, workload. The number of clients served by Peace at Home Senior Care changes all the time. There may be gaps in time when one of your clients ends service and before we have new jobs assigned to you. We try to give applicants as many hours of service as they desire, but cannot guarantee this on a consistent basis. Number 9, requirements. As a representative of the company, how you present yourself in the community is very important to us. In that regard, we have the following expectations that we ask you to follow. To wear clean and appropriate clothes for the task. To keep cars clean and well maintained. To turn your cell phone off while working with clients. And never answer your phone or make a call while driving with a client. To not have friends, pets, or family members accompany you when you're with a client unless it has been authorized by the office first. You are prohibited to ask to borrow things from the patient or client. Should a misunderstanding or a problem arise between the client and yourself, please call the office for advice. Minimize personal calls while on duty to 3 minutes. Never call on the client phone. Do not introduce new activities to the client unless authorized by the client's doctor. No sleeping while on duty unless during designated time of rest. You are not allowed to entertain personal visits or guests while on duty. Do not report to work if you are under the influence of alcohol and/or drugs. You are not allowed to bring alcohol or any intoxication beverages as well as any illegal drugs during your time on duty. Smoking is not allowed inside the patient or client's home. Carrying of unauthorized or concealed weapons is not allowed. Do not disclose any confidential information about our company and any information obtained in the course of duty or employment, such as your salary, etc. All patient medications should be known to the caregiver. All medications should be listed on a medication sheet, including the names of the medications, dosage, timing, and the form of medication. Caregivers are allowed to assist in administering of oral inhalation and topical medications to the patient. Caregivers are not allowed to give IM and IV medications. Patients should be properly observed and guarded while taking medications. Every episode of giving medicine should be recorded. Instances when patients refuse to take medicines should also be noted. Requests for time off must be submitted 1 month in advance. Failure to do so will lead to disapproval of the request. A caregiver who wishes to exchange duties with another caregiver should personally make arrangements with the other caregiver. Both parties must call the office at least 24 hours before the exchange is to start and let the office know when the exchange will take place. Caregivers who sign up for on-call and work on-call shift will be paid 1.5 or time and a half for those on-call work hours. Again, caregivers who sign up for on-call work and work an on-call shift will be paid time and a half for those on-call hours worked. Caregivers should not leave their patients or clients until the relieving caregiver arrives. If the relieving caregiver is late 30 minutes, the office should be notified by the outgoing caregiver, so the office can send a replacement caregiver. Outgoing caregivers who leave their client before the arrival of the reliever may result in termination from Peace at Home Senior Care. Again, outgoing caregivers who leave their client before the arrival of the reliever may result in termination from Peace at Home Senior Care. Any form of criminal offense committed by the caregiver during work hours may be prosecuted to the utmost degree of the law and can result in termination from Peace at Home Senior Care. And lastly, we have an important reminder that our clients may have viewpoints on people, places, and things that we do not agree with. It is important that you do not express your opposition to their views or try to educate them. Please don't initiate conversations about religious and/or political topics. Some of our clients enjoy talking about these subjects and may bring them up. Please use your discretion about getting involved in these conversations. Next, I'd like to talk about our applicant pay procedures. We will ask you to fax your timesheets and client care logs 24 hours after the end of the pay period. Now, here we'll have the fax number given to you so that we know exactly how to send in the necessary documents. Now, the instructions for completing your timesheet are as follows. Timesheets cover a 15-day period, the 1st through the 15th and the 16th through the end of the month. Promptly fax your timesheet and your client daily log at the end of each period. Timesheets not received within 24 hours after the close of the pay period will result in the applicant not getting their monthly bonus for that month and could result in late payment of check. Time is tracked in 15 increments only. Please round up or down. Decimal numbers are used to track time, so please use 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, and whole numbers only. If you work a longer or shorter time, write in the correct amount. Fill in the client miles and balance of client reimbursable expenses on your timesheet before faxing to the office. Holidays. If arrangements are made with client to work on a holiday, pay is time and a half the regular rate. Holidays that we observe are New Year's Day, Easter Sunday, Memorial Day, July 4th, Labor Day, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve. Contacting the office after hours on weekends and holidays, there will be a number provided for you, which will be the number to our client services supervisor. If the supervisor does not answer the phone, please leave a message explaining the situation and a number you can be reached at. Please call the after-hours office when any accident or injury occurs to you or a client while working. If you're in an accident on the way to work and will not be able to make it on time, evidence will need to be shown to the office staff afterwards. If you are in a situation and really need advice from us that can't wait until normal waking hours, please call. And lastly, when you're in doubt, err on the side of caution and make the call. If you get the voicemail, please leave a detailed message in the phone number where you can be reached. We will call you back as soon as possible. Our regular office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The office is closed on these annual holidays: New Year's Day, Memorial Day, July 4th, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve. Paydays. Paydays are on the 15th and last day of the month. A paycheck issued on the 15th covers the 16th to the end of the prior month. A paycheck issued on the last day of a month covers the 1st to the 15th of that current month. Bonus policy. Applicants who do not take sick days, arrive on time to their client each day, and fax their paperwork on time to the office will receive an additional hourly bonus of $1 for all hours worked during that month. Applicants who refer a new applicant who stays with the company for at least 1 month will receive a $25 bonus added to your paycheck. Applicants who refer a new client who meets the minimum 20-hour-a-week care requirement will receive a $100 bonus added to their paycheck after the client's first month of service. Applicants who refer a new client who has a 40-hour week of care will receive a $250 bonus added to their paycheck after the client's first month of service. Lastly, applicants who refer a new client who has 24/7 care will receive a $500 bonus added to their paycheck after the client's first month of service. I'd also like to point out that applicants who cover other applicant shifts when the applicant is sick will be paid time and a half that particular shift rate. Now I'd like to talk about emergency procedures. The agency staff will implement appropriate actions for clients in an emergency situation. Number 1, medical emergency life-threatening situation. A. Call emergency rescue services 911 or direct a member of the family to call. B. Stay with the client until the emergency rescue service arrives. C. Call the administrative staff and report the emergency situation only after help has arrived. 2. Change in the client condition. Any changes in the client's condition will be reported immediately to administrative staff with Peace at Home. The administrative staff will determine the appropriate intervention for the client and instruct the caregivers. Death of the client, number 3. If the client dies when the caregiver is present or is found dead by the caregivers, administrative staff is to be contacted immediately. Administrative staff will instruct the caregivers in appropriate interventions. Contact family members and the coroner's office. Number 4. If the client does not answer the door and the caregiver has reason for concern about the client's safety, call the administrative staff and report the situation. Summon appropriate assistance as directed by administrative staff to gain entry into the home to verify that the client is safe. Next, I'd like to talk about your daily log of client care. We'll just ask you to please put your name on it. We'll give you the fax number where you will fax your care logs for each pay period. And what we'll have you do is initial on each day of care that you provide with your client, as well as the date. There are certain topics that will be required of you to go over with your daily care log, and that is safety, companionship, transportation, household tasks, meals, exercise, and under exercise I like to point out assist as prescribed by the physical therapist or occupational therapist certain exercises that the therapist has asked for the client to do. If you would assist the therapist in making sure that the client does perform those exercises, that would be a great benefit with their in-home care. We also have medication assistance, personal hygiene, bathing, dressing, toileting. I like to mention with medication assistance, that's simply assisting, not using any needles or any direct application of medicine. It's simply a reminder. Next, we have your timesheet that will ask you again to fax to the office 24 hours at the end of each pay period. We'll ask you to sign it and date it. You'll put down your start and end time of each shift, your commuter miles if you have miles in between two assigned shifts. That's what your commuter miles will be. Also your client miles and your reimbursable expenses. Any questions about reimbursable expenses, please talk to the office. And then we will also go over the applicant authorization for direct deposits. This authorizes Peace at Home Senior Care to send credit entries electronically or by any other commercially accepted method to your accounts indicated below. What this simply does is allow us to process the payroll quicker and allows to get you the paycheck in a faster, more efficient manner. So that's what we ask for all of our applicants with Peace at Home, is for a direct deposit form to be filled out. Now I'd like to go over our seniors changing appointments. Problems can possibly arise when our senior clients change or cancel our visits without their family's knowledge. Often family members hire and pay us to work with their loved ones. This makes them the client and the senior the person receiving services. Sometimes the senior may try to cancel their time with you, which would be contrary to what the client or family desires. Most often when this happens, there is some dementia involved, and the client, that is the family, feels strongly that the senior really still needs to be seen by us. This can be a delicate situation. because we always want to respect our seniors' rights. Whenever this situation comes up, be sure to call the office, preferably before you leave the building or before the scheduled client time. The Peace at Home staff will be happy to sort this out with you. Next, I'd like to go over our incident-accident report with Peace at Home. The purpose of this report is to construct the factual details of all accidents, incidents, or unusual occurrences involving our clients. It is not an admission of fault or liability. Accidents or incidents involving life-threatening situations need to be reported immediately to Peace at Home Senior Care Management. This written report is required within 24 hours of the occurrence. Non-urgent situations require this report be submitted within 5 days of the occurrence. All incident accident reports will be reviewed by Peace at Home Management. We'll just ask you to give a brief description of what happened, describe the action that you took, the follow-up action needed, suggestions for corrective steps to be taken. We'll just ask you to sign and date it, and also a member of our staff will do the same. Now I'd like to finally go over the personal orientation. This is an overview, and the following has been reviewed and understood by you, the applicant. Number 1, time cards and pay periods. Number 2, general employee policies and procedures. Number 3, seniors changing appointments. Number 4, accident incident report. And number 5, the emergency procedures. We'll simply ask you to sign and date this. And again, I'd like to say that everything that I just reviewed, you will have a hard copy of for your own records. So if you have any questions, please feel free to go back through this information that I covered. But what I'd like to say is that once you pass the background checks that we conduct with all applicants and everything goes through smoothly, we just would like to welcome you aboard to Peace at Home Senior Care, because here we believe that compassionate care for the seniors when the family can't be there is just core to our values, and we provide integrity, compassion, and we just make certain that all of our clients are treated as a member of our own family. And that's also how we treat our employees here at Peace at Home Senior Care. So I'd like to say welcome aboard, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Have a great day.